Did you know entire swathes of history are essentially invisible in the world of Lego? We're talking about African history. Or rather, the relative lack of it. Welcome to Punai Afric Lego channel, where today we're diving into a critical conversation, the representation gap in Lego sets when it comes to African stories, and how creators are stepping up to fill that void with their own bricks. For many Lego enthusiasts, the plastic brick is more than just a toy. It's a tool for creativity, a medium for storytelling, and sometimes, a mirror reflecting the world around us. But what happens when that mirror doesn't quite show the whole picture? What stories are being left out, and what impact does that have? We're going to explore this through the lens of Lego collectors, creators, and initiatives aimed at honoring Black history and legacy. Let's start with the central issue, the perceived absence or underrepresentation of African history in Lego-related content. This isn't just about a few missing sets, it's about the broader narrative that Lego, as a global brand, helps to shape. When major historical events or figures are consistently absent from the toy aisle, it sends a subtle but powerful message about whose stories matter. This is where the perspectives of Lego collectors become incredibly important. For some, the lack of African historical sets is a glaring omission. It's a void that needs to be filled, not just for themselves, but for future generations. They want to see sets that depict iconic African kingdoms, influential figures, and pivotal moments in history. They want Lego to reflect the rich tapestry of the African continent. But the story doesn't end with simply pointing out the problem. It's about finding solutions, celebrating initiatives that are making a difference, and highlighting the incredible creativity within the Black Lego community. One example of this is the Because of You, Legacy in Focus Lego set. This isn't your typical Star Wars or castle-themed build. It's a one-of-a-kind set, a collaborative effort between Because of Them We Can and Most Incredible Studio, designed to honor history, storytelling, and legacy. At 539 pieces, it's crafted as a vintage camera and frame, encouraging builders to capture and honor personal and communal histories. Think about that for a moment. This set isn't just about building a model to display on a shelf, it's about actively engaging with your own family history, preserving memories, and sharing stories. The camera and frame design is particularly significant. It suggests a deliberate link between visual documentation and historical preservation. It's a reminder that capturing moments, both big and small, is a crucial part of safeguarding our heritage. Beyond individual sets, it's encouraging to see Lego itself taking steps to address the representation gap. The company has launched a Celebrate Black Creators section on its official website, showcasing the work of talented Black builders and designers. This is a positive move, demonstrating a commitment to amplifying diverse voices and perspectives within the Lego community. These initiatives are more than just marketing campaigns. They have the potential to inspire a new generation of builders and creators. By seeing themselves represented in the world of Lego, young Black children can feel empowered to explore their own creativity and tell their own stories. But what does this mean for the broader conversation about representation in toy culture? It suggests that toy companies are beginning to recognize the importance of reflecting the diversity of the world in their products. They are understanding that children need to see themselves reflected in the toys they play with, the books they read, and the media they consume. This isn't just about being politically correct, it's about creating a more inclusive and equitable world for everyone. The struggle for visibility is real, especially when it comes to representing diverse histories in mass-market toy narratives. It's about challenging the status quo and demanding that all stories be told. It's about understanding that representation matters, and that the absence of certain stories can have a profound impact on how children see themselves and the world around them. The African history gap in LEGO storytelling matters because underrepresentation in globally distributed play products can shape what children learn to see as history and whose stories are treated as canonical. When African history is consistently omitted from LEGO sets, it reinforces the idea that these stories are somehow less important or less worthy of being told. It's time to challenge that narrative and ensure that all children have the opportunity to learn about the rich and diverse history of the African continent. And it's not just up to LEGO. It's up to all of us parents, educators, creators, and collectors to advocate for greater representation and to create our own narratives when necessary. This is where the power of LEGO as a tool for cultural archiving and identity expression comes into play. A 539-piece commemorative set aimed at personal and communal storytelling shows how LEGO is being used not only for construction play but also for cultural archiving and identity expression. People are using LEGO to build replicas of historical landmarks, to recreate scenes from important events, and to tell stories about their own families and communities. They are transforming these plastic bricks into powerful tools for education, remembrance, and cultural preservation. This is more than just a hobby, it's a form of activism. It's about taking control of the narrative and ensuring that all voices are heard. So, what does this mean for the future of LEGO in African history? It means that the conversation is just beginning. It means that there is still much work to be done to ensure that all histories are represented in the world of LEGO. It means that we need to continue to support creators and initiatives that are making a difference, and to hold LEGO accountable for its commitment to diversity and inclusion. The Because of You, Legacy and Focus LEGO set stands as an example of what is possible when creativity and cultural awareness come together. It shows how LEGO can be used to honor history, preserve memories, and empower communities. It's a reminder that LEGO is more than just a toy, it's a tool for building a better future. As we conclude, let's remember that the story of LEGO in African history is still being written. It's a story that is shaped by the actions of collectors, creators, and companies alike. It's a story that has the potential to inspire a new generation of builders and thinkers. And it's a story that reminds us that the power of play can be used to create a more just and equitable world for all. So, let's continue to build, to create, and to advocate for greater representation in the world of LEGO. Let's ensure that all stories are told, and that all voices are heard. Thank you for joining us on Pan Afrique LEGO channel.